Hi everyone, thanks for clicking on my video today. I'm Evan from HefTrade, and this is my options portfolio that you see on the screen in front of you from Tastyworks. I am currently sitting here at the end of the month of January, wanting to present to you my total gain for the month and have I reached the profit targets that I'm looking for. Make sure you stay to the end of the video to find out if I reach my goal. So I'm going to go through my positions one at a time, and I'm going to explain each of the positions and how they worked out throughout the month. Firstly, I have BBBY. This is Bed Bath & Beyond. If you've been following the news, Bed Bath & Beyond is defaulted on their loans, and they're filing in the next month or so. Unfortunately for them, that's not good news, but for the market, that does bring volatility, and as you will see, their IV rank is quite high, which is good for options traders. So if you look here, I have quite an extensive position for BBBY. It's actually two positions, and I'll try to quickly go over those. I have an iron butterfly going right here on the bottom side with the 1, 2.5, 2.5, 4. And I have the iron butterfly a little bit on the top side, 5, 6, 6, and 7. If you have any questions about what these numbers and what these letters and stuff mean, leave me a comment below. I'd love to chat with you about puts and calls and how options work. So the iron butterfly here, I was able to open in the February cycle, and I know there's a lot to look at here, but briefly I'll just explain. What you see on the top of the screen is the 1, 2.5, 2.5, 4 for the iron butterfly. For this, I collected $105 credit, and the max risk is $150. Since I collected $105 and the max risk is $150, $150 minus $105 is $45. So the maximum amount of money that I could lose on this trade, if the price of Bed Bath & Beyond is outside of this positive one or negative, or these positive one numbers, is $45. So not a terrible amount of money to lose for the relative amount of money that there is to gain. On the same note, on the downside, this is how it is for the 5, 6, and 7 puts and calls for this iron butterfly. This started off as a wider position with the short strikes being at 6 on this side. This $5 was ended up at the $1 mark, and this a $7 was actually down here at 11. Back when the Wall Street bets started talking up Bed Bath & Beyond once again, the price started to shoot up, and that caused the IV to expand quite a lot. When IV expands, that means that the options prices are going to increase, and that's good for options sellers like myself. So I took advantage of the expanded IV, and I sold this iron butterfly, which I opened for a max potential. The max width of the trade was $500 because it's $5 wide. But after a few days, I noticed that I could reduce the width of the strikes, and I moved the 7, which is now here, from 11 down to 7, and the 5 from 1 up to 5, and I was able to collect more credit than this current max loss is. So what that means is in between 6 and 7, your max loss would be $100. But for me, since I moved the risk to the $7 and $6 strikes, or $5 and $7 strikes, the maximum amount of loss I can have on this position is actually a positive $13. So that's really cool because in options, you have the flexibility to create a lot of different opportunities for yourself and remove risk from the table, unlike what you would do if you're trading regular stock. Not to mention, options are a lot cheaper in terms of what you can accomplish. Enough about this position. It's looking okay. Maybe it will be profitable. Still 16 days to go, and we'll find out what happens with that. On to charge point. If you watch my previous video, you can click up here in the card on the very top of the screen to watch one of my earlier videos, or wait until the end to find out what happens. You'll notice that my charge point position is starting to work out well. $12.46, up about $75 at the moment, and I'm just going to hang on to this because it has 716 days to go, and I do expect the EV space to start expanding quite a lot in the next few years. And with interest rates currently rising, but not rising at a very rapid rate as they were before, I hope that the decrease in interest rates in the future will help ChargePoint become a profitable company once they're able to capitalize on the expanded EV market. Anyway, on to IWM. This position I have rolled 2 times, and I won't go into detail on this. I'll just explain that I've rolled this position twice. I've collected credit each time I've rolled and reduced my risk on this position. The 194 price of IWM is between my 190 and 195 calls, and so this is currently in losing territory, but it's not a max loss as of yet. So this is an iron condor, and I will leave that at that. Still not profitable, but that's okay. Next on is Plug Power. You've probably watched my other video where you saw that Plug Power was my bag holder. Now it's at $17.68, so it's coming back to life, and I think this has a lot to do with the interest rates. So, this position is actually working out. So I hope to see that I can exit this position for maybe a small loss, a lot smaller than what I had originally thought would have happened. And maybe I won't even have to take assignment on this position either. So that's great. Otherwise, I could even roll this out to a future date, and I can continue on with the trade until I become profitable with the trade. So I'm up for a bunch of different options and opportunities. That's what options do. SPY here, this is an iron condor. The SPY price is at 410, still between 375 and 415. I ain't worried about this at all. I ain't gonna do anything, just waiting around. Up here to Square, I like the company Square. The price is above my short strike at $83.90 today. 65.70 short put credit spread, $125 max credit. Automatically will close when I get to 63 cents, and with a profit of about $62. So looking for that to happen. Hopefully that'll happen in the next couple days. Just about $30 to go. Up here to TLT, that's bonds ETF. I have the 104 and the 99 put credit spread. 108 maximum potential win on this if I wait it out to expiration, but I'm going to close it once it gets to $54, and I have just around 20-ish bucks to go. So hopefully that will come into fruition in the next few days. We'll see what's up with that. Last but not least, Uber. I like to trade short puts on Uber. They are good for. They have like a good amount of liquidity, and the puts around the 20 to 25 delta end up being a good dollar amount. I was able to collect $120 to open this trade. Currently it's sitting at $84, which is great for me, up $38 on the trade, waiting to see $24 more come out of the trade before I close out this trade automatically for a win. So the moment you've been waiting for, and have I been able to make my goal for the month? The month of January, successfully and fortunately, yes, I was able to make my goal, and I exceeded my goal by a little bit. So I'm happy to say that I've made a little over $100 for the month. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but for a small trader just beginning out on my trading journey, it is good news for me. And also, if you'd like to follow me on my journey, please click the subscribe button and the like button, leave a comment below, and if I can be successful in options trading, then I know you can too. Let me know if you'd like help, and I'll give my advice and anything I can do for you. Happy trading.